As I mentioned, we are in our 6th day going into the day of Shabbat. Shabbat represents purity, clarity, elevation, and many, many other great things. It is known already from years ago that before Mashiach will come, there's going to be a lot of problems. And one of the biggest problems that we are experiencing and seeing it with our own eyes, which was predicted thousands of years ago, that there's going to be great confusion. The sheker is a lie and deception, is going to be so powerful that we're not going to even be able to say what's the truth and what's not. The level of confusion will go out of control to a point that people will think that they are, to such an extent that people will think on themselves that they're Mashiach. And I'm telling you, I'm getting every day thousands of emails, about 5, 10, 20 a day, of people telling me that they're Mashiach and they need to talk to me. I have a folder. I know it sounds funny. It's sad, actually. I have a folder for all the Mashiachim. That's how the folder is called, Mashiachs. With all the emails and pictures and Facebook accounts, which is always mind-boggling to me that Mashiach has a Facebook account. And all of them tell me that I have to talk to you. Well, if you're Mashiach, then reveal yourself, and then I'll come and talk to you. Why do you have to come and talk to me? So the level of confusion in our generation is beyond not normal, to a point that even in the Torah world, we don't even know what's real. We don't know which rabbi is real. Every second day, another new rabbi is found guilty in one thing. Rabbis are going against each other in a fierce way that you're saying, who do I go with? I go with this rabbi or this rabbi? They're ramming into each other. The amount of the sheker, the deception and the lie is so big that people don't even know what to do. And the biggest example is now with this whole corona thing. Is it real? Is it not? Is it a hoax? Is it a fake? What's going on here? The masks, the quarantine. People are so confused. They don't know who to listen to. This group will say, you wear the masks. The other group will tell you, what are you talking about? It's bad for you. And what the main problem is that it brings, instead of us bringing us together to get united, it separates us all. To a point that it's causing unbelievable disunity, and this is really the hands of the Samech Mem. The Samech Mem doesn't want us to sin. He knows we're going to sin regardless. We have enough sins. He doesn't need to push me to sin. The Samech Mem, the Satan, the devil wants us to be separated. Because when we are separated in the world below, there's a separation in the world above, and needless to say that we are not united. So he's doing whatever he can to make us separated. Now, why am I saying all this? Because most people are confused. They don't know what's the truth. Who do I listen to? Who's talking the truth? In the Torah world, in the health world, in regards to the coming of Mashiach, is it really imminent? Is it going to happen very soon? Is the world going to come to a disaster? Is Mashiach coming in a nice way? A lot of people are saying, don't worry, Mashiach is going to come. Everything will be great. Don't worry, Hashem loves us. So some people go by that. Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Because Rabbi so-and-so told me Mashiach is coming in a nice way, and I can just sit here and wait. The point what I want to give over, which is important especially to our process, because that's what happened to the spies. They were confused. One might say, is this a good land or not a good land? Can Hashem take us into the land or not? How can you be confused? You just saw Hashem taking you out of Mitzrayim. You saw Hashem ascending on the mountain. You saw Hashem splitting the ocean. You saw so many things, and you still have a doubt? This is a state of confusion that you don't see between wrong and right, between good and bad, between lie and truth. So I'm not necessarily saying the spies were confused. I'm just saying we can compare it that they were in a state of confusion, the same way that we are in a state of confusion. And the state of confusion is not necessarily with what I said per se. Sometimes I say people, they go on dates, 20 dates, 20 different people. She's like this, he's like that. How many people go on a date and within 3 minutes they look at the other person, okay, that's my other half. I don't like necessarily what I see. I like 80%, 20% I don't like, but that's my other half. Most people are so confused. I don't know if I want to date more. I don't like this, I don't like that. Why is the confusion? And then it will go to anything. Don't want to elaborate too much. If it's relocating, I don't know if to live here or to live here. I don't know if to learn this or to learn that. Most people are very confused. Why am I saying that? Because a lot of this confusion is coming from the impurity, the spiritual impurity that we have on ourselves. And one of the biggest impurities that we bring on ourselves is the food that we eat. Another huge impurity that we bring on ourselves is the avon habrit. When a man or a woman, they have marital relations not in a kosher way, not in a binding marriage. And that's 99% of the world. And then, of course, there's different levels of impurity. If a couple have marital relations when the woman is having a period, when they're not married, when it's a man and a man, chas v'shalom, all sorts of weird things that's going on in the generation. This brings such impurity on us. But then when we lie, cheat, slander, we have 7 gates to our body. When we impure these gates, then the entire system is impure. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, and a mouth. These are the gates of our body. So when I guard the gates, then nothing impure comes in. The inside is clean. The inside is clean. The mind is sharp like a razor. I impure the gates. The system is impure from inside. The mind is completely out of control. Not thinking straight, not understanding, not realizing, can't see the difference between good and bad, coming up with all these weird theories, all these weird things. So the point to take from that is that we have to guard the gates. Guard our eyes, what you're looking at. What you're looking at, how you judge people. We spoke about it yesterday. Your ears, the Lashon Hara. You hear Lashon Hara, horrible music. The music in our generation, in the 50s, the music was like, my darling, I will love you forever. The music now is, I'm going to rip your head off, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to bury you. That's the music today. And don't think it doesn't affect you. It's affecting you. I didn't know if I told you, many years ago when I lived in New York, I used to give classes in some high school for girls that used to go off the path of the Torah, from religious families. And I told them that what they listen affects them tremendously. We made an experiment, and a few girls participated and told them, stop listening to the junk that you listen, the rap and all that stuff. And they all said 100%. But a month not listening to junk music made them more calm, made them more relaxed, less agitated and angry. So what we hear, what we listen, what smelling is a little bit more refined. We're not going to get to the smelling at this point. But this one, oy vavoy. Can you imagine if we had 2 mouths? We have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 2 nostrils. Hashem says if I'm going to give them 2 mouths, one mouth will be busy eating, the other mouth will be busy talking. Baruch Hashem, you can't talk while you eat, which a lot of people, that's what they do. And things fly out of their mouth while they're talking and eating, and it's dangerous to sit next to them. So this is the biggest trap that I have. What I put in, that the majority of the food that I put in will make you 100% impure in your thoughts, in your emotions, in your feelings. What you put in the mouth and what goes out of the mouth. It's a two-way bomb. How do you control it? So you need to guard all your gates in the most powerful way you can, in a fanatic way, even one might say, because it guards the inside. If the inside is guarded, first of all, I'll be healthy, I'll be calm, relaxed, and most of all, calculated and see things exactly how they are. Why do you go to great rabbis for advice? What do you think a great rabbi has some manual that he gets in great rabbi school and he opens it, he knows what answers to give you? Why do you go to a great rabbi, a tzaddik, when you need advice? Because he's in such an elevated level. Even if he's not necessarily a tzaddik per se, but he's a talmid chacham, he's kadosh, then he sees things straight and sharp. So he sees things right away. He doesn't have the blurry screen because of unkosher food, because of unkosher thoughts, because of unkosher music and relations and all this stuff. So you sanctify yourself, then you become holy. When you become holy, it's not that you're going to be hovering over the ground or going with a ring over your head. You're going to see things as they are. You'll see the truth. You'll be able to differentiate between the truth and deception like that. So it's a very important thing to take on ourselves, especially in this journey. This journey, like I told you, it's not 40 days, it's forever. because very soon the confusion will go even worse. If you think now there's confusion, you know what confusions there are now? It's just unbelievable how everybody's grouping against each other, and this whole corona thing and everything that comes with it. And it comes to a point already, then of course you have the group that they bow down to the masks, and then there's the group that says, listen, I'm not going to wear a mask, it doesn't help, it doesn't do anything. And in Jewish communities, you see the one group is reporting the other group, they're not wearing masks, there's no social distancing. This is happening as we speak, by the way. Undercover people going into shuls, they're not sitting in distancing. And the slandering, the lashon hara, and the separation. And listen, I try at least to respect everybody. You believe one thing, okay, as long as you don't come and harm me, you stay there, I'll stay here. Let's work it out together. But I'm telling you all this because the confusion we have now is nothing compared to how it's going to be. It's going to be so confusing that already I can tell you that one of the most populous questions that I get on a daily basis is, which rabbi do I listen to? They all go against each other. This rabbi is saying A, this rabbi is saying B, both are huge rabbis. Who do I believe? What's the emet? He's the emet or he's the emet? So the level of confusion is going to go out of control. And more and more and more and more and more, to a point that we're not going to even know left and right. The only ones who are going to see things straight as it is, to be able to sit aside and wait for the Kadosh Baruch Hu to reveal himself, is pure heart, pure mind, pure body. Anything that brings to you impurity will pull you down. And you will be in that state of confusion, to a point that you don't know what to do. And I can't guarantee that, but we do know that there's going to be options that will come, a lot of fake Mashiachim, and it would look real. It would look so real that we're going to be like, is this Mashiach? Is not Mashiach? So we are already informed by our prophets and great sages that right before Mashiach is going to come, there's going to be huge confusion. So you have to do yourself a favor and segregate yourself and put yourself on a spiritual diet that includes, of course, your physical diet, what you eat, because the number one problem is what we eat. That's what really makes us completely out of control. The Ari HaKadosh says that anything that is totally impure, it causes timtum sechel. And I told you already, timtum, I know it sounds like in Hebrew the word metumtam. Metumtam is a fool. But timtum is when you like swing from side to side. There's not like a drunk person, can't see, can't walk on a straight line. That's timtum sechel. And that will come in ma'achalot asurot, from food we're not allowed to eat. Unkosher meat, worms, all these little things that most people don't even pay attention to. So do yourself a favor and start guarding your eyes like it's a life-threatening situation. What you see, the eyes are detrimental. The Ari HaKadosh also says that when a person looks in the wrong place, it's equivalent with the pain the neshama suffers. It's like equivalent to take a needle and poke the eyeball. That's when you look in something that is not kosher or impure. That's how the soul feels. And the eyes are the gates, the main gates of the soul. And it's not what you're looking at per se, is how you're looking at situations. Of course, you're not allowed to look at things that are impure, filthy, dirty, immoral, but it's also how you look at things. We spoke about it yesterday. Always judge favorably. So you really have to work on yourself. This whole journey is not just to say I'm holy and pious. It's your journey. It's the tools and the I would say even not tools. Your equipment and your ammunition and your weapons to fight the confusion that is about to come. That you'll be able to say, this is the truth, I'm with him. I'm going with this group. That's the truth. Because I'm telling you, I'm preparing you already emotionally and psychologically. What we have now is nothing compared to how it's going to be in 2 weeks, in 4 weeks, in 2 months, in 4 months. Half a year from now, you're going to see what's going to happen in the entire world. Look what's going on. The world now is completely collapsing. And everybody's going to be groups, this group against that group, and it's going to be a lot of problems. Make yourself pure, make yourself clean, elevate yourself to higher levels. You don't have to give account to people. Why are you doing this? Why are you not talking for 40 days? Why are you not eating meat? I need to give answers to somebody? I need to give answers only to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. I don't know answers to anybody. When people ask me, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I need to give you answers, not you. I have to answer the Kadosh Baruch Hu. And there's a warning in the Torah, Ushmartem lenafshotechem me'od. You should have to guard your souls and body me'od, very. So I have to put myself in the most restricting, the most comfortable, the most safe place that I, chas v'shalom, should not get vulnerable from any type of physical, spiritual, or emotional attack. So we have to really, really start preparing for the wave that is about to come, and it is coming. Don't live in some denial that everything is going back to the normal time how we had before Corona. I told you already 500 times, from here it's to the redemption, but it's going to become bumpy. So the more strong you are spiritually, you will be able to survive it. You're not strong spiritually, it will just pull you more down and more down and more down, like we saw happen to the spies. They died in a plague. And Korach got swallowed into the ground. And all the rest of the problems. The Torah is not coming to tell me a historical event. The Torah is coming to tell me this is the action, this is the reaction. End of story. And you go with Moshe Rabbeinu. Ve'aminu b'Hashem uve'Moshe avdo. Not in Korach, not in anybody else. Stick to the Moshe Rabbeinu, and I know it's hard to find because in our generation the Moshe Rabbeinu is not in front of our eyes till he comes. But Bezrat Hashem, add all this together, you start building a very strong firewall, and don't delay. Don't say, okay, I'll do it in a month I'll take on myself. No. Now, you have to now shut the gates. Emergency, like a bank when they're being robbed, the gates go down right away. And you know what happens in that case, in the analogy of the bank? The robbers are inside. So even if you close the gates right now, there's still a lot of junk inside. It has to slowly be exported and ejected out. But first of all, sur mera, close all the gates. I'm not listening, not hearing, not talking, no eating, no nothing. Nothing goes in, nothing comes out. The only thing that will allow to get in is after many filters is pure things. What comes out is only the bad, so I can start removing bad. And after a short period, you'll see that the inside starts becoming nice, clear, holy. You'll read something, you remember it. You read a verse, you can memorize it. See, things are clear. You see good, bad, evil, pure, not pure. Zad Hashem should help us to be kedoshim, as it says to us in the Torah, kedoshim tiyu ki kadosh ani. Be holy because I am holy. I, meaning going on Hashem, not me. Zad Hashem should have a wonderful, safe, beautiful, restful Shabbat.